What's up, you guys? Welcome back to I Am Mikael, and today's video is going to be a segment that I actually want to start doing. I still want to tell story times. I still want to do whatever I want to do, but so I wanted to add in a segment that I'm going to start calling my unsolicited, unpopular opinion. Unsolicited because ain't nobody asked me. Unpopular because I'm pretty sure some things are going to be unpopular. And I'm trying to be as unapologetic as fucking possible. And opinion, because I love it when people say opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Because I think it's more like assholes are like opinions. You could do whatever the fuck you want with it. And that's what I'm going to do. So, I found this story on Reddit that I wanted to... because it's insane. I mean, it's not really insane. It's not really unpopular. We've heard this one before. But I do think it's interesting having this, I guess, more mature-like perspective. So, let's get started. Okay. So, this is from Throw Raw Chicken Mom. No offense to your name, if you ever see this. So the story or the post starts with, my 34 female husband, 32 male of 9 years, said I'm too loose for him to finish. What do I do? Leave him. The fuck? And I have been married for 9 years. Last night he told me that he can't finish because I'm too loose. You know what's crazy about that statement right there? Is all you need. All you needed was that little smidget right there. He can't finish because she's too loose. We have 2 kids under 7 together, but both born via C-section, so they haven't changed me down there. Wouldn't have mattered. My husband has struggled to cross the finish line for reasons. No stress, we can adapt and work through this change. What? No stress. We can adapt and work through this. Change things around. Bingo. Although our intimate time had turned into an endurance race, he finally made it to the finish line. You see what I'm saying? Is it? I was about to say, that ninja, let me stop, is him. Last night, he didn't get there. He then proceeded to look at me and say, you need to start doing your Kegel exercises again. I glared at him, trying to process what he just said to me. After 9 years, he comes out with that. It really hurts and really gave me the ick. Not just towards him, but I have the ick for me too. I know communication is important and there's no easy way to bring this up, but I can't help but feel repulsed within myself. You know what's crazy? Is because you think she asked him, hey, baby, how come you can't finish for the 3rd time this week? Probably not. So maybe you don't need that sort of communication. Because obviously it's not that hard to not say that. Because when do women ever tell men that, oh, I mean, I'm sure it happens, right? But if they initially are having that issue, when do women say, like, you need, because, like, what do men do? What do men do to get it up? You need to do X, Y, Z to get it up. Because, it's always loose caboose. Loose caboose, loose caboose. It's never floppy, glizzy. But we all know why. I know communication is important and there's no easy way to bring this up, but I skipped, my bad. It's important and there's no easy way to bring this up, but I can't help but feel repulsed within myself. He never compliments me because he sucks. And there's not much of a connection between us. I'll bet we're working through it in therapy. I'm not the most pretty and fit person. What? But I know I'm not unattractive or overweight. I don't think that makes a difference. either and take care of myself the best. See, there are men out there with probably women that they don't find that attractive, but they love them, so they'd be everywhere. It has nothing to do with you being unattractive. It has nothing to do with you being overweight. You think men aren't finishing with women who are overweight? I feel like this is one of them situations where maybe two people aren't ready to tell each other that they're not that into each other anymore. And they're probably staying together for the sake of the damn children. And it's getting to the point where the attraction on all levels is no longer there. So now it's, let me blame you before you say something about my shortcomings or my incompetence. That's all it is. It's two insecure ass people not willing to say that they're not in the space that they need to be in to even be able to have that sort of a sexual attraction that you would probably need after 9 years. I mean, I'm assuming you probably need it, period. But after 9 years, if things, you know, however their relationship is gone, if things aren't going the way that they need to be, then most likely y'all just need to. Let me not. I don't think everything is you need to split. You need to split. You need to split. You need to split. But when it gets to the point where people are becoming toxic, then that it's like, okay, you go through your issues, or what are this honeymoon stage, and then reality sets in, and if reality sets in and it's rough, then you're gonna have that rough patch, and then you have to see if this person is worth going through that rough patch with, because there's going to be more rough patches, and not always the same sort of rough patch, but you know, life shit. And you have to see if you're willing to constantly go through it. The moment you look at them and you're like, oh, like, you know, you do got a weird looking, you have to say, okay, is this worth seeing for the rest of my life? Once you get past that, that's when I feel like that huge love, that unconditional, genuine, deep love happens. But let's be honest, that's not happening for most people. So you're gonna constantly be like this because no one has really decided this is something that I want to deal with for the rest of my life. It's just, oh, you're hot, or you look good, or you could do something for me. And I want that. And that's why when people get in relationships, especially after a few years, is when the tea comes out. Because now you realize, oh, I really don't like you, or this person really doesn't like me. And if you stretch that shit out, the sex sucks. If it sucked in the first place, then it's really going to suck. But if you're not willing to say, this sucks, and I don't see it unsucking, then you're just going to be dealing with insecurities and emotional, verbal, physical abuse. I'm not the most pretty and fit person, but I know I'm not unattractive or overweight either, and take care of myself the best I can between running a business which brings in the most income and being a... See what I'm saying? Because why she had to say that? You know why she said that. You know why she said that. She said, you're weak. Let me stop. I'm saying, it sounds like insecurities, resentments. He works too and does his fair share, but does not take care or pride. What? Does not take care or pride of his appearance or hygiene at all. I'm assuming she means he doesn't take pride in, he doesn't take pride in his looks. So he's a bum. Stop. Well, I mean, the way she said it, you think he's a bum and he doesn't really look good or probably smell good for that matter. So somebody ain't getting, so that makes the other person not get. After 9 years though, I don't know. I feel like, don't you know each other's body? And probably not. Nah, never mind. These men's out here is not trying to get to know the body. I don't know if I can get over this. He hasn't said a thing to me all day. And he knows how upset it made me. Has anyone worked through such repulsion? Our anniversary is in a few days. Fuck that anniversary. Listen, my gift to you is... my gift to you is... Get the fuck out of there. Yeah. Because I don't know how you come back from that. I feel like if you were to tell a man that you felt that he was incompetent, he'd probably cheat on you with 100 women just to prove that he has some sort of pull still. Like, he still got it, right? So, happy anniversary to you. Let me stop. Well, shit. I don't think I'm in a space in my life where I think you need to F somebody to get over the other person. I mean, I've been there, done that. I think you need to work on you first. I think in situations like this, he needs to go heal over there, and she needs to go heal over there. And take some of that time, because obviously both people feel like they're not. I mean, I don't really know what to say for the guy, because obviously the guy's not the one talking, so who knows why he has decided that he doesn't give a fuck about life anymore. That he has to be funky. But obviously he's going through something. No one gives up on themselves for no reason, so obviously he's going through something. He's having insecurities, and for her to mention that she takes care of herself enough to not be, she's putting herself on a pedestal because at least she's not these things, so he should be able to, because at least she's doing this, but then in another breath, say that she's not the most attractive woman. Yes, the fuck you are. See, in your world, you should be the most attractive person in your world. Because why would anybody be more attractive than you in your world? How does that make sense? I'm sure you do look good, but you don't look better than me. So if she's feeling that and he's feeling that, then yeah, and they're carrying those insecurities, and then you're going into the bedroom and nobody's talking about it. And yeah, so I've tested this theory out, right? When I'm feeling insecure during, and the difference between what that feels like and what it feels like when I am channeling my inner fucking goddess, bad bitch. The feeling is wildly different. It's wildly different. And for the longest time, I thought it was like the other person. Like, if you have good sex, it is the other person, or it's like sexual chemistry. But in some ways, it's really not. It's you. So sex is good compared to how you feel about yourself. It's not necessarily just about how you feel about the other person. Now, if there is sexual chemistry and attraction, that'll just tenfold it. But honestly, if you're in your head when you're doing your thing, it's not the same. It's just not the same. And I think a lot of women, we miss out on good sex. I almost wanted to be like this, because it's rare. It's rare, and nobody wants to admit that it's rare for women to have good sex. I don't want to say nobody wants to admit, but we're not. I don't think we say it. I don't think we say it loud enough. Sex sucks for women damn near most times. And I've realized that that's how you get that to that other side of that. Now, obviously, it's duh, I guess. It feels like it's obvious. Like, obviously, you should be comfortable with yourself and that person if you're, engaging in sex. But a lot of people aren't really thinking on that level. It's just like, oh, I want to have sex with you. You want to have sex with me. Let's go. But I think when you're waiting until you're fully into, so if that person is like, oh, I can't finish because you just can't. I don't want to be like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Obviously, it has something to do with me if that person isn't feeling me, but it doesn't have something to do with me enough to make me think that okay, well, then you go over there and you figure that out. That doesn't mean I won't be able to make the next person or the other, or, you know what I mean? It's not, if he was to be with somebody else, I guarantee you, he gonna finish. And if she was to be with somebody else, I guarantee you, she could make them finish, or she would finish. But because in relationships, people get to that stagnant point where they don't want to talk anymore, you're not really getting all that like fiery chemistry to back up what all those insecurities might be blocking, if that makes sense. And I don't think people understand that in long-term relationships. When you get to the long-term part, everybody just want to start doing wild shit, orgies, and you want to bring other people into the relationship. You want to try the back door. I mean, unless you're already into that, but to use that for a way to bring some spark back is not it. And if there's spark lost, it is because the connection is lost, or it is because the connection within those individual people are lost. And someone's, I don't want to say dropping the ball, because we don't want to say that everybody's, I don't want to say that they're both incompetent, but I mean, they're dropping the ball in the sense of, they're not going within themselves to say like, hey, I'm either just not feeling this and I don't see it going any further than this, or I am still, I really want to make this work, but we got to work on ourselves individually. I think relationships, when people do therapy, they should also do individual therapy, because sometimes it may feel like you're still arguing and you need a moderator, but you're not really being heard because you're both still arguing, if that makes sense. You're saying how you feel about this. He's saying how he feels about that. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. I mean, it ain't got to be like yelling, but you're still putting how you feel about something, in a sense, hoping for some sort of validation because they're in there. And then they're going to, and then it's being moderated. So it's not chaotic. But how you feel. What do you feel about you? Because that also determines your relationship. If you're not secure within yourself, your relationship is almost always going to fail. So start there. That would be my advice. They need individual therapy. They need to get some self-worth. Homie need to wash his ass. Because you know what? Like, if you're smelling something during, it might be a little hard to get, excited. If it smells a little strange, you gotta do something about that, buddy. No, you gotta do something about that. You gotta do something about that, sir. Or if you're like a chick and you're watching this, and you might be a little funky, but you feel like things ain't clicking, it's cause your drawers need a switch. Okay, I'm done. So I was only gonna do one this time because I just wanted to see, how I felt about, starting it, doing it. I might add more, like maybe multiple. I don't know if I want to make the videos too long. I feel like my story times be long as hell. So I hope you guys like this. Give me some feedback if this is something that, you want to see more often, because I might continue to do it. I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Stay blessed.